Hello everyone, welcome to new part in my Blender archviz tutorial series. So in this tutorial we will start in the texturing process. So for this part we will start with the floor. So I want to show you something about this that I will mention in the references. So as you see here in the references that we have three materials for the floor. So as you see here we have the material for the living room and the dining room, and another material which is the wood material for the bedroom, and another material for the bathroom which is monochrome yellow. As mentioned in the info of this project, you find the link of this project in the description down below. So as you see here, to do that, so to make each material for each space, for example, I need to enable the annotation. For example, we have a material here for the wood for the bedroom, and another material for the bathroom, and a same material for the living room and the dining room. So to do that, we need first to delete this annotation like this. Maybe I will take time. So to do that, I need to go to the edit mode of this 2D plan like this. So I need to choosing floor in the outliner as we organize it in the previous, or maybe in the part 9 of this tutorial series. So I need to edit internal edit mode and add some extra loops. So I will add a loop here and another loop here and another loop for the bathroom here like this. So if I go to the face mode, as you see here, we have the yellow this face for the material of the bathroom, and these two faces for the material of the bedroom, and the rest is for the living room and the dining room. So now we need to go to the shader editor, going to the shader editor, and for the floor I need to hide the 2D plan now because I don't need it for this process, but I need to select the floor, and for this I will delete this grid material. So I can't delete this image texture because it's applied for all these parts of this apartment, so I need to delete it individually. So I will delete this material and apply a new material like this. As we mentioned previously, that we have three materials in this floor, so I need to add two others materials. So add a new materials for this slot and add a new material for this slot. So now we need to assign the other material for the bedroom and the bathroom. So I need to rename it also to be organized. This for the bedroom floor, and this for the bathroom material or floor as you wish. And the first material I will name it living kitchen floor like this. So I need now to assign. So as you see here, the slot 1 is assigned for the overall of this mesh. So I need to assign the bedroom floor and bathroom floor to his faces. So now I need to go to edit mode and select this and this face for the bedroom floor, and going to the bedroom floor material and assign it. So when I want to change the material, it will change just for the bedroom. So I will do the same thing for the bathroom like this, and going to the third slot and assign it and change the color for it. Now this is a basic material, so we need to use PBR material. So it's very recommended for this workflow to have realistic results. So we need to use PBR materials. So for the bathroom we don't need to do that because it's a basic material. So I we'll do it first because it's just a yellow monochrome material. So I will choose the yellow color and give it some roughness. So I made it glossy. So I will add 0.35 for the value of the roughness of, as you see here, it's a little bit brilliant. So now for the wood material and the cement or the floor material of the living room, I will use one texture from Quixel Megascans and the other texture from Polygon. It's a free texture from polygon.com. You can download it for free in the link in the description down below. So first of all, you need to go to bridge. Maybe I will show it in the OBS recording. So I will need to go to the Quixel bridge. I will not install the update for now. So now I need to go to the local library because I already download the material. So I will read something because bridge it's very slow for the moment. So I will wait for the material to load. For example, I will go to surface and search for plaster. Maybe I think it's not plaster. I think concrete plaster. No. Megascan. Hey, it's that. So this is the material that I will use for the floor. So I will export it to Blender by clicking export. So I will wait for the material to be exported successfully. So now I will return to Blender. So and going to the living room, kitchen, floor material. So as you see here, I will search for the concrete plaster. And when I search for this material, I click on it like this and it will be applied. As you see here, I'm in the Eevee render engine. So when you export this material to Blender, it will be set up according to Eevee. But if you set the material to cycles, it will be a different thing. So I will show you this. So I add a new material and set the render engine to cycles and the device to GPU, and I will re-export the concrete plaster and waiting for to export it successfully, and I will apply the material again. So as you see here, if you apply the material in cycles engine, will be exported with a node with the new nodes, mapping node and texture coordinate node. So as you see here, I will be organize this material by clicking shift equal in the keyboard. So I will delete some extra maps because when I re-export the material, he not overwrite the other image texture. So I need to delete the other non-used materials, like for example this normal map. I will delete it. Also this multiplier or mix RGB nodes, and I will reorganize these textures like this, shift equal. So now I need to set the UV mapping for this texture by adding a value input like this to not changing the three values alone. I will change it with a single value like this. I will make it 2 maybe. Maybe it's 0.2 to get the right scale of the floor. As you see here, that the texture is very glossy because it's a problem with the new version of Blender, because in my case I use 3.0 beta. It's released today. So when you export from Bridge to Blender, you will have some problems. For example, in the normal map, it's not in the right input, so you need to change it. Also for the clear coat, you need to make it 0 to clear this glossiness. Also, you need to change the roughness to the right input, to the right socket, for example, because it's not appropriate for the specular. You need to change it to the right output. So for example, like this. So everything here it's clear and right. So I need now to go to the wood texture. Now I need to go to the bedroom floor. Now in this case I will export or get a texture from polygon.com as I mentioned previously. So in this case I will use a node wrangler. If you are not enabling this add-on, go to enable it in edit purposes as usual. So click Ctrl Shift Ctrl T, Ctrl Shift T, and going to your folder and add this material. For example, for my case, I will add it from the texture folder and going to wood floor, and wood floor, then going to regular and 4K, and choose these maps and select it all and add it directly to the shader editor. You can install the polygon material converter and add it easily, but in my case I will use the traditional method. As you see here that the node wrangler don't load every maps in my folder, so I need to add it manually. For example, it missed the specular and bump and the displacement, so I need to edit manually. For example, the AO, I need to take this here and duplicate this material, add it to non-color data because AO is a grayscale map. So I will add the AO, for example, take the same mapping for this or this map and merge it or mix it with the color with a multiply blend mode, as you see here. So I need to make it non-color data, base color, RGB. Now I need to go to the roughness, take it a little bit down, drop it down, and duplicate this image and go to the folder. And in this case I have the reflection because maybe it's for another render engine, but we will fix this in Cycles engine. We have specular, so specular is the contrary of reflections, and the glossiness is the contrary of the roughness. So I need to plug this in the specular. Don't forget to make the same mapping, and to invert this reflection to specular you need to add an invert node as in the glossiness map or the roughness map. So now I need to add the other maps. As you see here, I need to move the displacement map this, and I need to add the bump map. So I need to take this here to have enough space and add the same mapping node for the bump node. As we see here, we have the bump node. So in this case, we need to load the normal map. So adding vector normal map and add it to the color. Maybe I need to move this a little bit here to have enough space. So move this normal map here and plug it to the normal like this. Then I need to decrease maybe the distance 0.01. Tell me in the comments if you use values like this. Maybe use this method distance 1 and strength is 0.1, but in my case I use strength 1 and distance 0.1. maybe the bump it's inverted as we see here, so I need to click invert. Maybe it will be inverted. Invert. I think it's good, so I will keep it like this, so everything is good. So now I'm finished with the floor material. I need just to remap this floor because in the references the direction of this wood planks is in this direction. So as we see here, this direction, not in this direction. So I need to change this direction in the mapping node. It's very easy, going to the material and change in the rotation to 90 degree to have the same direction as the references. Now I need to change also in the scale at the value input and change it maybe to 0.2, or I think it's very big, maybe it's 2. It's very appropriate and good for me. Now I need to move to the next part. Is the material for the wall and the other materials. So see you in next part.